Welcome back to World of Immersion. In today's video, we are going to be ranking all of the rides at Disney World's Animal Kingdom. Recently, we took a trip to Orlando and we had the chance to visit all of Disney World, including Animal Kingdom. Go check out all of our vlogs that are up on our channel now from that trip. Animal Kingdom is a great immersive theme park. It does, however, only have 8 rides, so today's list will be 8 rides long. However, it has some really strong standout attractions that we will be talking about later in this video. Now, without further ado, coming in at number 8, we have TriceraTop Spin. This is a pretty typical kiddie flat ride. There's nothing really special to it except for the cool themed carts. It's definitely lacking in terms of theming overall. This whole area definitely needs a whole new renovation. It kind of looks out of place in comparison to the rest of the park. And so that is why we put this in last place at number 8.
Alright, and coming in at number 7 is going to be It's Tough to Be a Bug. Now this is barely even a ride. If anything more, it's more of an experience or show. And while we haven't experienced it over at Animal Kingdom, we did get the chance to experience it at California Adventure when it used to be there. And the ride is the exact same, so that's what we're basing it off of. It's okay. I've heard this one is really outdated. A lot of the effects don't work very well. It's still a cool show. I do remember it being very scary as a kid, so definitely be wary of that if you're taking little kids on this ride. It's cool that it's right underneath the huge tree of life. I think it's great that they have a ride there, but it's not really that great of an experience in my opinion, and I think it could easily be replaced in the next few years.
Now, coming in at number 6, we have Kali River Rapids. This is a pretty typical River Rapids layout, however, the theming is really good. This ride is loads of fun, and you definitely are going to get soaked on it, so be prepared for that. It was really nice because it was kind of hot when we went, and if you go in the summer, it's especially nice to cool down. Overall, it's a really fun ride to do, and most of the time when you visit Animal Kingdom, you'll have time to do this ride. However, the one setback is it is very, very short. The layout seems to end really abruptly, and the whole ride sort of feels a little incomplete, but it's still a lot of fun, and that's why I put it at number 6 on this list.
Alright, next up coming in at number 5 is Na'vi River Journey, the first of the 2 Avatar rides over at World of Pandora. Now this ride is really cool, however, once again, it is a very short ride. However, the effects and the scenery on this ride are incredible. The theming as you're going through this boat ride is so good. It's got one of the best animatronics I think I've ever seen. That one animatronic towards the end of the ride is super fluid. It's a huge animatronic too. It looks a lot bigger in person. And just overall, the visuals of this ride are really incredible. There is not really, though, a story. You're going through the ride, and it's kind of just you're watching everything that's going on. And like I said, it's kind of a short ride. But don't get me wrong, it's definitely a really fun ride. However, do be warned, this ride you can get a really, really long line. One, because it doesn't have the best capacity. Each vehicle only holds about 8 people. And also, it gets very, very crowded because of how popular the World of Pandora is. So just be warned if you're coming to experience this ride. Try to get a lightning lane for it if you have Genie Plus, or at least head there first.
Now, coming in at number 4, we have Kilimanjaro Safaris. Now, both times we visited Animal Kingdom, we actually did not have time to do this attraction. It just takes way too much time out of the day for us, and we were sort of rushing around to try to do as much as we could. And the whole experience takes about an hour, and that just wasn't really possible for us. But we are ranking it based on how we think it would be. This really looks like a ton of fun. You really are just going through these enclosures, seeing these live animals, which seems really, really exciting. It's definitely unique to Disney's Animal Kingdom. You don't really see that at a lot of theme parks. The zoo combination is really cool. It seems like it would really add to the immersion of the park because you're actually in what seems like the wild with these real animals. We definitely wish we could have ridden this because it looks like a lot of fun, and if we ever get the chance to go back to Animal Kingdom in the future, we will definitely try to get on this one.
Alright, now the top 3 is where we get to the really great rides of Animal Kingdom. These are all of the standout rides, the rides that you're going to remember for the rest of your visit, and they're definitely 3 of the best rides at all of Disney World in my opinion. But coming in, starting off our top 3 at number 3 is going to be Dinosaur. Now this ride from the outside, you would have absolutely no clue what it is. It looks like it's just a dinosaur themed ride. Maybe like a family dark ride or something, but it is one of the most intense dark rides and one of the scariest dark rides I think I've been on in my life. It is so much fun though. It is super fast. If you've ever been on Indiana Jones over at Disneyland, it utilizes the same ride system as that, which is one of my favorite ride systems. It's super thrilling, and it's able to combine dark rides with thrills so well. It's got some of the best theming, and while some of the animatronics are a little outdated, I know a lot of them don't work, it still is such an incredible ride, and it's a shame that it may be closing at some point in the future. I really hope Disney does something to restore this ride and keep it there because it's such a fun ride, but maybe they should do a better job warning guests about how scary it is, just because it's definitely a very scary ride for little kids. If I was a little kid going up to that ride, I would have no clue how scary it is. It's a very dark and fast ride, and the dinosaurs can honestly be pretty scary, especially towards the end when you're going really fast through it. But like I said, it's such an incredible ride, one of the best at Animal Kingdom, and a super underrated ride at that.
Now, coming in at number 2, we have what is possibly the best themed roller coaster in the world. That is Expedition Everest. Now, this park has one of the strongest top 2 rides out of any park in the world, to be honest. Expedition Everest is one of the best roller coasters we have been on, period. It makes our top 25 roller coasters in the world, and with good reason. This is incredibly well themed. It has a ginormous structure. It is pretty thrilling given that it is at a Disney park. The ride is pretty long, and the backwards section is tons of fun. The final drop is great. Everything about this ride is just amazing. This is definitely one of the best themed roller coasters that we have ridden, and just everything about it is so much fun. It's extremely immersive. The queue is great. The carts are very comfortable, it is buttery smooth, and it makes sense why this roller coaster was so expensive because it is huge. It is definitely a must ride if you're visiting Animal Kingdom or even Disney World in general. It's definitely one of the star attractions of the resort. And overall, it is just a phenomenal roller coaster and ride, and that is why we put it at number 2.
Alright, and coming in at number 1, this should be no surprise to anybody, is the one and only Avatar Flight of Passage. Now, this is the single best simulator attraction in the world, in my opinion. You take Soarin' and you make it extremely more immersive, you add in an incredible queue, and you almost double the ride length, and then you have Flight of Passage. It is such an incredible ride. Seriously, one of the most immersive rides I've ever been on, and I'm usually not a huge fan of screen-based rides. In fact, I will usually always prefer physical sets to screen-based rides. However, this ride, I don't know what they did, but it is so incredible. The visuals are so amazing. It seriously feels real. It feels like you're flying through. Videos do not do to this ride justice. I remember watching a video of this when it first came out and being like, there's no way that that ride is anywhere near as good as people are saying it is. But it really is. You just have to go out there and experience it for yourself. And in addition to it, it has one of the most elaborately themed queues out of any ride I've ever been through. It is a very long queue, so just be prepared for that. It gets one of the longest lines out of any ride in all of Disney World, so be sure to head there first unless you are purchasing an individual lightning lane for this. But it's seriously such an incredible ride. I cannot stress enough how much you need to get out there and experience it. Because like I said, videos and what people say will not do it justice. You just have to see for yourself just how good of a ride it is. But that's going to do it for our ranking of every ride at Animal Kingdom in 2024. Be sure to comment down below if you disagree or if you've been to Animal Kingdom and what your favorite rides are at this park. Be sure to stay tuned as well. We have plenty more rankings from all of the other parks we visited. We got the rest of Disney World and Universal, as well as Busch Gardens Tampa, all coming out very, very shortly. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you stay tuned for all of those new videos that are coming up. Thank you so much for watching World of Immersion today, and we'll catch you in the next video.